Finally! Finally! And I'm going first. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Batcave, your secret hideout for Brawl gameplay and deck tech videos. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. As it is now October, I thought it would be fun to get into the Halloween spirit of things. So, for today's video, I'm playing for you the Queen of Fear herself, Liliana of the Veil. Before I go over the deck tech, a couple asks of the audience. Please subscribe to the channel to help me grow, and if you like the deck, share the video with your friends. Also, I've made a couple of guest appearances on my friend's podcast, the Multiverse Fancast, where I get the fanboy over Netflix's The Sandman in one episode, and in the other, we do a character study on the Hellblazer himself, John Constantine. With the asks out of the way, onto the deck tech. Liliana of the Veil has been by far the commander who most causes my opponents to scoop right away. She is on par with the likes of Brawl, Teferi hero of Dominaria, and Niv Mizzet Perun, with being one of the commanders that nobody wants to play against. The goal of this deck is to control my opponent's hand and board through a focused use of Liliana's abilities. This deck is linear and streamlined in its game plan of wanting to make plays on turns 1 and 2 that create a safe game state for Liliana to enter the battlefield on turn 3. Making things even more terrifying for my opponent, I included a 3-card combo that can win the game on turn 1. First, play a Swamp, then cast Dark Ritual. Follow that up with Liliana, and before you can uptick her, the opponent will have already conceded. Many decks just cannot handle a resolved Planeswalker on turn 1, especially one that causes them to discard right away. Card draw is important to this deck, as I will be plussing Liliana often, leaving both my opponent's and my hand pretty empty. To emphasize this point, I'm running 15 card draw spells. In an effort to turn Liliana's symmetrical discard ability into an asset, I'm running a minor reanimation package to bring back any creatures that I've already discarded. With Command the Dreadhorde, it's a spicy and flavorful addition. For more discard value, I'm running the staples of Waste Not, Tiny Bones Trinket Thief, Turgid God of Fright, as well as newcomer the Raven Man. My spotlight cards for this deck are Kaya's Ghost Form and the Deck of Many Things. With Kaya's Ghost Form, I'm able to protect Liliana from both removal and creatures for a turn. Alternatively, when Liliana is at 2 loyalty, I can use Kaya's Ghost Form aggressively to be able to activate Liliana's abilities twice in one turn. By now, I would like to think that it's been established that the Deck of Many Things is the one pet card of mine that I try to fit into all of my decks, but I swear, this time, its inclusion makes sense. I often will become empty-handed if Liliana stays on the battlefield, so getting any card advantage is welcome. But the big dream here would be to roll a nat 20 with the deck, reanimate one of my opponent's creatures from their graveyard, and then use Liliana's -2 ability targeting myself to sacrifice said creature to insta-win the game. With the deck tech out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. Okay, so I gotta maybe get better at mulliganing decisions, or, you could argue to keep this. You have the Agadeem's Awakening for your second land drop. Cut down, and Liliana's Triumph can deal some early stuff as well as Amaze My Tome to draw me out of things. Playing against FallfromTheSky, piloting a Tatyova Benthic Druid deck, so this is just a big ramp value engine deck. And don't really have a board wipe per se, and I could try for something a little bit better, but I want to go with this, because if I draw the lands, I'm going to curve into this really well, so we'll keep this. Oh, it's a mill deck. Alright, so let's start by saying hello. And yeah, we're just going to cut this down now, because I want to hit my lands. Okay. I don't know why there's oops. Alright, Gilded Goose. Let's go with the Field of Ruin. Make things last a little bit. And let's just have them sacrifice the one thing there. Now again, the blue's open, so gotta be mindful that there is some counter magic for Liliana. Maybe not. Okay, not with a Growth Spiral there. You're gonna give me a land. I didn't think so. Meat Hook's a good one to draw into right now. Backside, take the action. And there we go, let's get Liliana online. can't do anything about it because you tapped down all the blue. So we'll discard here. And that's where it gets tricky. Do I go with I think I'm going to get rid of the Command the Dreadhorde. Nothing in the graveyard really, right? There are a couple of his creatures. Go with Command the Dreadhorde. I have Eldest Reborn to bring back stuff, but I'd rather have Sorin for 4. And maybe use his minus ability, or I can use either ability depending on what the board state looks like. If they only play out one creature, I can use Liliana minus and use Sorin the plus to kind of get my hand going again. So a Hall of the Storm Giants needs 6. When it gets to 7 man, I gotta worry about that. I didn't get the land, so... But I guess I had enough control from them, they kind of gave up on me. So Fall from the Sky, thank you very much from the game. Let's go on to the next one. I mean, this hand's fine. Could I try to mulligan for something a little more aggressive? Maybe. But I get some card draw, I get some early interaction. I got Shelter to give me back some life. And I like the Planeswalkers I have here. So I'm playing against, and I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, Sayori Shiranui. Piloting a Laelia the Bladeforged, which is a new commander one that I haven't actually had a chance to play with that much. So it's a red aggressive deck, and probably the board would be better to have Masonly Feet this form and the Painful Bond, but I feel like I'm going to go for this. Because I just got a feeling about this, and which is weird to say, you know, everything should be more like a little more scientific than that. Let's start by saying hello. But after a while you start internalizing a little bit of, you know, will this get there per se, and kind of anticipating what I'm playing against. So, you know, they're not being that aggressive right now. Granted, I also haven't gotten any more mana going. So I would normally say if I do Painful Bond, is the way he's gonna speed hit me next turn. Yeah, let's go with the Waste Knot. This is not ideal, maybe. However, my reasoning is that I don't want to, one way or the other, I'm getting rid of a creature. So either it's going to be through Liliana the Veil or through a removal spell. Which is, this is a great card. There we go. This has haste, right? Yeah, that has haste. And this can't block, yada yada yada. Alright, so normally I'd have him sacrifice, but let me have everybody discard a card. And since I have Blood on the Snow available, I can try to bring back some of the things that I'm discarding right now. And there we go, there's a land. So I do think that having, you know, now that kind of forces they have to play the Alila. Don't tell me Squeeze got ace too. Alright, well, my thought was at least that it buys me a little bit of life. Boom. Take the action, that's fine. That resolves. Kaya's Ghost form. Let's go with the Sheldred then. So I have something a little bit bigger. And then this becomes a 3/3. So, I mean, they could always burn out the Sheldred. I like the aggressiveness here. Alright, so before that gets insane, let's go there. And then I can't bring back, I can only bring back creatures, right? No shock, there's all of that. Resolve. I don't know why they did the red. Alright, gain a little bit of life, that's good. So I would say here, as much as I want to have Liliana out, let's see, Liliana gives me another blocker. Yeah, let's go with the Liliana. I was thinking of maybe putting the Gaia's Ghost form on the Sheldred. This way then, if it dies to something, I can get it back. But for right now, I think that it's better to keep it back on defense. Liliana can always get it back. I'm hoping to draw in for the Blood on the Snow, honestly, to kind of get me there, and I would have drawn the land. Den of the Bugbear, you are going to go down a land, my friend. And now that ooh, okay. Alright, so let's... Alright, no mana, I don't have to worry about... Alright, so we'll get rid of the Den. Let's get rid of the Relic Robber. 2 blocks. Alright, and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're dealing all this damage, which is exactly what a red deck, aggro deck like this should be doing. So they're getting their job done. Alright, so in this case now, let me swing out. Cast Blood on the Snow. Destroy all the creatures. Pay with Snow. Get back the Sheldred. And then mill some more stuff. A Meat Hook would have been nice. Alrighty, and there we go. Sayori, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. So this is definitely an interesting starting hand. I am playing against Lightning Bolt, playing an uncharacteristically black deck led by Yawgmoth, Thran Position. And yeah, this is probably going to be some sort of control deck with using Yawgmoth as a card draw engine. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good start. Submit. Start by saying hello and lead up with Eye of the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. The Eye of the Hive Tyrant makes an interesting thing. Dread Wanderer, we can get rid of that, don't have to worry about things. I think here instead we'll play out Takanuma, as I like Agadeem's Awakening better for some stuff. This is, do I want to use this now? I think I wait just because it's an instant, and I want to see what they're going to do next. If I can get a couple things, I get to reveal a card now. Alright, so now we go with revealing probably Liliana. Yeah, let's go with revealing Liliana, since I can't be using her anytime soon. Alright, my turn here. I take a land, and I think, again, I just pass. And I take the beats. Because if I do, yeah, because I can't kill anything right now, per se, with the Meat Hook Massacre. So I think I wait a little bit longer. If they do more discard, then I gotta be a little more conscientious. Alright, I have to discard something now. So I think at this point, then, I'll go with the Extinction event. Oh yeah, I keep saying with the Liliana. Alright, let's do X equal to 2. And that will get rid of everything now. Now they might be inclined to play out Thran. Nope. Alright, so yeah, the board wipe was enough to get rid of the board wipe was enough to win the game. So Lightning Bolt, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. This one is tempting. I'm playing against DuelingSpuds, piloting an Azusa Lost But Seeking deck. So this will be really ramp into some crazy monsters. And I'm not sure if Liliana of the Veil will be fast enough to keep up. Turn 1, turn 2. Let's take the free mulligan. Alright, actually was a good mulligan here. Removal early on, extinction event for things that might get bigger on. So you will keep this. Start by saying hello to the opponent. Play out the swamp. Land, Llanowar? Okay, no. Deck of many things can come in handy later, that's good. And just pass the turn. There's an Infernal Grasp as an option. I get the funny feeling they may have the free spell. Yep, Once Upon a Time. Get the land. And then In Search of Greatness. Alright. Alright, Karn's Bastion. Liliana. And you'll just have to discard a card now. And for me, I think Demon Lord Benzalok will be the card I discard. Mostly because I'm more likely to be able to bring him back with some reanimation stuff than anything else. Ooh, but they got rid of an Ixblum Ancient. That's something spicy to keep an eye on. Alright, there goes Azusa, there goes a land, 2 lands, and a Prosperous Innkeeper. Odd, even, of course. Alright, so this is 2 or less, so I can use my 4 mana. Discard a card? I'm probably better off having him discard. Discard, or, let me think about this really quick. So I actually have him sacrifice a creature. Yeah, let's go with the sacrifice the creature option. As much as I want to race having an empty hand, I'm going to get there anyways. And then let's use the Infernal Grasp here. So those are taken care of. There are some hasty creatures, but I like the versatility of the Blood Chief's Thirst being, if he plays out the Nissa that doubles up everything, I'd rather have the Blood Chief's Thirst left over to deal with a Planeswalker than say... Alright. I think at this point then I have the option of, alright, well maybe we just minus Liliana. Take the action. And then actually, I just want to put up the deck of anything right now. Oh, okay. I would know that was the top card in the hand. Okay. Alrighty, what do they got going on? They're playing that out. If they play it, alright. So that's all good here. I'm just play this out as a 5. Yeah, let me just play this out as a land. Take the act. Oh no, decline. I do not need to. Let's go here. And let's plus. And get rid of the extinction event here, as the Crux of Fate will deal with anything. Oh my lord, that was a good plus. Toski. They probably played out the wrong 4. Well, no, they played out Toski. I just minus it. Alright, land. Kick the tireless provisions. At least with the search now, the search of greatness I have to be careful of. Oh, really? Okay. Fine. I will -2 to make you sacrifice it.
Sacrifices must be made.
Return a card, draw 2 cards. Alright, I can wait on that, so let's just wait. Alright, Azusa. Get the draw a card. Other land. Pass. Nada. Alright, let's activate the deck of many things. 18, draw 2 cards. Alrighty. Alright, so we go with Feed the Swarm on this, because that's going to draw them a lot of cards. And honestly, I think here we just make it minus it.
Knew this was a waste of time. Haven't you ever heard?
Alright, so I did kind of goof up there. I forgot I had Karn's Bastion in play, so I probably should have proliferated first and then minus the effect. I will be better about, more cognizant of that next time. Resolve. We're going to get rid of the Azusa, and he's probably going to spam nice to me all the time because I'm just killing everything he does. Good stuff. Alright. 13, draw 2 cards. Alrighty, good stuff. I mean, how do I not play out Sheldred? And then protect said Sheldred. So there goes that. That goes to the hand. They get the Scry now. Oh, probably 1 or less. So DuelingSpuds, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, this hand seems fine. A little removal. Painful Bond. Yeah, you got plenty of stuff. Playing against hexttrent. Piling a Korvold Fae-Cursed King deck. So a lot of sacrifice, which can be interesting, especially if I get Turgid out early. That if I get that, it'd be really sweet. So start by saying hello to the opponent, and I think I'm just gonna lead off with a Swamp, honestly, as opposed to the Baron. More, I actually might just cycle it now. I feel comfortable with the amount of lands I have. Incubation Druid, sure. We'll cycle here. Alright, I get a land. Alright, still better than most things. And they're going to be one ramping, so let's just get rid of the ramp now. They play a 3-drop ramp thing. Liliana, get rid of it if it's a creature, at least. Oh yeah, nice. Those are fun lands. Willow Haven. Alright, so that's some ramp that I can't deal anything about. Alright, Swamp here. And 4-5. Yeah, let's get Liliana online. See what's going to happen. This is creatures. Let's plus.
Happy to help, but
I like the Cabal Stronghold enough that I'm going to kind of pitch the Agadeem's Awakening here for a land. I'm hoping that, you know, they play out Korvold. Probably not, but still, it'd be nice that I can just use Liliana right away to sacrifice it. Sheldred the Apocalypse, still a great target, so yep, no problem. Lose the life. Make you sacrifice the creature. Let's get the Stronghold going. Oh, that was a mistake. I should use the Skull right there. That was a mistake. Yeah, let's go with Davriel's offers. What we got here? Things cost less, draw a card. Gain on draw a card, you gain 2 life. Let's make things cost cheaper, and then exile 2 cards. I'll just lose a 6 life. I mean, that means, I think, that makes things really insane. Black Market Connect, that's a great one for Korvold decks, to get all that free token stuff. Alright, so let's see. I gotta discard, don't I? Alright, so let's go with Snow-Covered Swamp. Let's go with the Mox Amber. Just get all the mana going. Let's plus Davriel real quick.
Oh, you don't want to mess
Let's will this be enough to make them kind of give up on the game? Nope, not yet. Alright. Alright, let's just draw the 2 cards. This way I have more options, because I really want to hold on to the Faceless Haven as a possible out. Discard a card. Just get rid of the swamp, hold on to the Faceless Haven, because I think I just want to have a little creature in play to help out. And then the Sheldra doesn't get anything back on my end, but it's going to kind of make him lose a little bit of life for the token here. And probably now next turn I'll probably also use Davriel again, his -2 ability. I'll use Liliana's -2. And while I might be telegraphing my opponents to my opponent what I'm doing right now, you know, oh well, so be it. Oh, whoa! Going with the lair. Okay. I think they forgot about that. They gotta discard a card, I think, right? Yeah, so, alright. So, I get everything costs less. That's nice. And everybody discard a card.
You won't be outsmarting
You gotta
me.
sacrifice a creature, which that would have been sick. Oh, oh wow, the timing of that worked out so that they can't actually. I didn't realize they change timing on that, and they're still going down for stuff. Okay. Korvold. You gonna sacrifice the treasure token? What are you gonna sacrifice here? Alright, so they can do a few tricks here with Korvold, because what I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to get... Oh, alright. So my idea of trying to get rid of Korvold just went down the window a little bit, but it should ultimately work out okay, hopefully. Never mind. We'll just use Liliana of the Veil, I guess. Yeah, is this version better? Yeah, I'll just do this. Destroy the Korvold.
You understand yourself. Be gone, interloper.
And then I think we just have my opponent sacrifice a creature here, honestly. Kind of deprive him of those resources.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
No attacks. Because there's no need for me to attack right now, because I'm kind of using Sheldra around to hold back to keep the lair of the Hydra in bay right now. And they gotta lose some life here, so depending on how aggressive they get, yeah, I figured, oh wow, they got really aggressive. Okay. Heartless Act. Okay, now the Hydra's coming in. Really? You're not gonna use the Hydra to attack? They gotta be using the Hydra to attack. Okay. The other high. That's funny. Alright, we'll put it in the gate. I need to tap for that effect, right? Yes. And yeah, make everybody discard a card.
I'm tired of your secrets.
This becomes a 4/3. Is that worth it? Is this gonna trade with the token? Yeah. So I'm better off just keeping this back as a blocker, I'd say. They gotta do something with Korvold soon, because this black market's gonna kill him. And or hopefully this Sheldra. Alright, down another 3 life. There's Korvold. Post a +1/+1 counter and draw a card. Or you get rid of that thing, that helps the trick. But I get this Sheldra out, that does the trick too. Alright. I forgot they have rocks up, so that's my own fault. We'll block there. block there. And I get my Sheldred, so that hopefully will help me win the game right now, because they sacrifice anything or they draw, so yep, go down as much mana as you want right now. Alright, so we gotta plus the Ugin land. Let's just see what they have. They have the removal spell, I can get rid of it now, hopefully. Cultivate. Alright. Massacre Worm would be kind of scary at some point. Play out Sheldred. I can still use the Gate of the Black Dragon, which is nice. Am I really afraid of the Massacre Worm right now, or do I make him sacrifice a creature? Make him sacrifice a creature. Because what he has to do now, if he sacrifices Korvold, the trigger still goes off.
Off you go.
Sure, go right ahead. You lose 2 life. And I don't think you have a way of gaining life. These aren't food tokens. There's another 2 life you lose. Yep, no problem. That all is fine with me. You can't attack, and I kind of got the game right now. Good game. I mean, they knew that, so that they went on their own terms. So, hexttrent, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so I'm planning on getting shezmu, piloting a Basri Ket deck. This is a low-to-the-ground, aggressive deck that the Extinction Vent is good, and so is the Crux of Fate. Could be a little tricky, but I feel comfortable. If I can just survive, I can get there, and then, you know, how bad do I have to worry about his emblem? The emblem can be insane, so we'll see how this goes. We'll keep it. And I'm going to forgo a turn 1 Duress depending on what I draw for a Bloodjuice Thirst. Alright, so let's start by saying hello to the opponent. Lead off with Fable Passage. And go that way. Okay, cool sleeves. Luminarch Aspirant. Just crack this now. Alright, so now that the Aspirant's been debuffed or rebuffed. Oh boy, yeah, I think it's going to be so much more annoying now. Alrighty, so I think we Duress to see what they have going on. Oh, History of Nalia is a pain in the neck too. But I think the Abiding Grace will be worse. And then 2 or less. So we will get rid of the Luminarch because that's the thing that will ultimately give me more grief than a Healer's Hawk. And usually here turn 3. Normally I would expect Basri Ket. In which case then... Ooh, sudden, that's actually not bad to get. What is my better bet here? If I have them minus... I'm trying, so I play out Liliana on 3, have them get rid of something, and then I gain a creature? Let's see how this goes. They'll probably get rid of the... They actually might get rid of the Healer's Hawk. Because of the pump that's coming with the History of Nalia. Alright, they're smart enough to know to get rid of the token first. Alright, this is even. So if I get the Extinction event going, that might be the thing to go for. I take the action.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Okay, what does this do? We don't need that part. You cast a spell, return it back, double strike, and then specialize. I go throw tiny bones under the bus, which I think honestly is the right idea. Because me using the sudden edict to get rid of a token, I don't think will do it for me as much, as opposed to me maybe getting a board wipe. Oh my god, Johnny's Pride Mate. And Basri. Okay.
Come share bread with me, friend.
+1/+1 counter, or are we going to do the minus effect? We'll go with the double striking creature. Alright, let's see, we get rid of all the... let's get rid of the even stuff.
Now is the time to strike.
Alright, there goes the +1/+1 counter. How do I crawl back from this? To play out Davriel. Whenever opponent attacks, they discard the can't, they sacrifice an attacking creature. That seems not as good. Solemn Simulacrum probably is my best bet, actually. Mostly because the idea that, as much as I feel like I want to get rid of the Healer's Hawk with the Sudden Edict, if he goes off on the... if he goes up to 6 and he gets the emblem going, even with an empty board, it's just going to be overwhelming for me to deal with. So I'm hoping I can pull some shenanigery here. I have 6 now. Alright, so that leaves me with Davriel and with Edict. So, going after Basri, he can't do his thing. And then let's go with Davriel now. And let's plus it.
Let's make smart decisions, shall we?
And just see what my opponent tries to do here. Because they'll probably put the counter on. They'll attack.
I will guard your advance.
And this will force them to discard. Whenever you attack for each opponent. Alright, now is something where I really have to use the Sudden Edict. Because if I wait till they have Adeline in play, they'll just sacrifice the Adeline. Alright, target creature gets perpetually -3/-3. That doesn't do me any good. Alright, so let's swing. Alright. Let's do -3.
You seem ill.
Play out the land. I don't have ways of gaining life at the moment. Alright. We're gonna go with the Liliana play here. Since he's so low on cards, I'm gonna get rid of the board wipe. Because I don't need to worry about... Okay, alright, yeah. The control there was enough. I was able to weather the storm, even though he had a higher life total than me. I have better board control. So shezmu, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, this may not look as intuitive, but actually we have the Agadeem's Awakening here. So that does, with the Dark Ritual, give me a turn 1 Liliana. The I'm playing against Kiggles, piloting a Nalia de Arnis deck. And I feel very bad because I would love to see what they have in store, but not so bad that I'm going to give this up. So, excuse me. Yes, we're going to start by playing Leyline of the Void. We are going to play the Agadeem, take the action, pay 3 life, Dark Ritual, and then Liliana of the Void. And there we go. That's a concession. Like I'm saying, this 3-card combo will win just about every game. Alright, this hand seems like a good keep. Sudden Edict, Murderous Rider, Ambitious Cost. All that stuff seems pretty good. I'm playing against Lord Tony, piling a Nylea King Eye deck. So this is a mono green Big Fatties deck. And start by saying hello, leading off with Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so that will come into play untapped. Land, pass. Sudden Edict is one of the ones I think is really nice with the split second. This way it can't be countered and lets you deal with some stuff and no shenaniganry. And just nice instant speed removal, except it doesn't really matter with Into the North. Alright, so they'll be getting out their commander on next turn at least. So my turn. Ooh, a lot of lands. Alright, let's just get the discard party started.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my...
So, let's see. What did they get rid of? They got rid of a Yuan-Ti Scale Shield. Okay. So that's going to deal with Nylea. I don't think they're going to play something for 5 that's going to turn her on. So, let me start by playing Ambitious Cost to draw a bunch of cards. Have everybody discard something. We'll get rid of the Swamp. We'll hold on to the Fabled Passage. Next turn will probably Fabled Passage, Kaya's Ghost Form. Oof, alright, almost scary. Oh yeah, I forgot. Nylea gives that little, she makes creatures cost 1 less. So, Fable Passage. Let's go here. Get my Swamp. Let me put the Kaya's Ghost Form on her. Play out the Evolved Sleeper. Let's just do the Sudden Edict now, so that I'm covered there. And then we'll just I'll get rid of the Extinction Event. I think I've got them pretty well controlled in terms of creatures of doing things. And I think next turn with me going off of Liliana's ultimate, that will probably seal the deal for the most part. And then she comes back. Sweet, totally fine. Alright, so kill the creature. What are you gonna bring back? Vorinclex, that's fine. Let's pop her.
I'm done here.
Alright, decline. Because Kyle bringing that back. Alright, so let's see now. We have...
Enough with the mysteries.
Oh, there's 6, so there's that. 3. So 4 lands, or 3 lands plus your commander. I think that's the good split, and yep, that kind of is going to do it. So, Lord Tony, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the wrap-up. Alrighty, and that is the video for today. This one I had a lot more fun playing with, so the win-loss record ended up being 11 wins and 9 losses. So I played 20 games with this deck. Anything that I would say about this deck after playing it for so much is that it very much had this one game plan, and it is something that wants to win by about like turn 6 via control. It doesn't really go well going into the late game, so you got to make good mulligan decisions, which I'm still struggling with at times. But if you can get to the point where you're confident that you have some early plays and a way to control the board early on, and sometimes too the matchup does a little better against. I think mid-range decks is probably the best spot for this to beat. If you have early answers for early aggro, then you can easily take care of that. Control probably gives it a little bit of a headache if you don't get ahead of them too much. But this has been the deck that if I'm like trying to look for some quick wins sometimes, I'll just put this one there just for the mere fact that people will see that Liliana is there and they will auto-concede, which out of those 20 games that I played, not including that, there was 2 other games that where they just saw, oh, it's Lily, and it's instantly conceded. It was nice that I was able to get a couple wins with the 3-card combo of Swamp, Dark Ritual, and Liliana, and then I actually was able to pull off the ultimate once. My opponent didn't try to figure out what I was going to leave for them, but they were like that. They had enough of that, but that was still a blast. If you liked today's video, please click the thumbs up icon down below. If you really like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to the channel and helping me grow. Please share this with all your friends. As always, thank you for visiting the Batcave, and have a great day.